They say some mirrors remember more than they should. Long before people began warning children not to look into mirrors at night, there was a girl named Adanna who lived in a quiet town surrounded by tall trees and rust-colored earth. Her parents were humble people, her mother sold fabric in the local market, and her father taught children how to read under the mango tree near the village square. Their house was small, built with clay walls and a roof that hummed softly when it rained. Adanna was an only child, gentle and curious. She had a way of asking questions that made elders smile and sigh at the same time. Her mother often said curiosity was both a gift and a burden. But Adanna never stopped wondering about the stars, the wind, and the secrets that lived in shadows. There was an old mirror in her mother's room, tall and rimmed with fading gold. It had belonged to her grandmother, who died many years before Adanna was born. Her mother always covered it at night with a white cloth. When Adanna asked why, her mother would say softly, "Because night has its own eyes, and they see what daylight hides." Adanna didn't understand, but she obeyed. Until one night when she was 15. That evening, rain fell without warning. The wind howled, shaking the doors. Her parents had gone to the next village for a wedding and would return the next morning. The power went out, and the whole house sank into a dim silence broken only by the whisper of the rain. Adanna lit a small oil lamp, its flame trembling, and sat alone in her mother's room. The mirror stood uncovered. The white cloth had fallen to the floor, perhaps from the wind. The dim light from the lamp brushed across its surface. Adanna hesitated. The elder's warnings echoed faintly in her mind. Never look into the mirror when the world sleeps. But curiosity pressed on her chest like a heartbeat. She lifted the lamp and stepped closer. The mirror shimmered faintly, reflecting her small face, her wide dark eyes, her braided hair. For a moment, she smiled, but the reflection didn't. Her heart froze. The image of herself in the mirror tilted its head just slightly, the way she hadn't. The air grew heavy. Adanna blinked, thinking it was a trick of light. But then her reflection smiled, a slow, crooked smile that wasn't hers. The lamp flickered, and darkness swallowed half the room. Adanna's breath came shallow. She tried to step back, but her feet felt nailed to the floor. The reflection raised its hand, beckoning her closer. Her throat tightened, but she couldn't look away. Then the flame went out. For a long moment, there was only the sound of rain. When her parents returned the next morning, the mirror was covered again. The lamp was cold. But Adanna was different. Her eyes, once soft and bright, had a faraway look. She spoke less. She avoided mirrors, even the ones in school or the market stalls. Her mother asked what had happened that night, but Adanna only said, "I saw something that shouldn't have seen me back." Years passed, and Adanna grew into a quiet woman. She lived alone near the edge of town, making small crafts and teaching little girls how to sew. People said she was kind but strange. She never allowed mirrors in her home, not even the smallest ones. Children whispered that if you looked into a mirror at midnight, you could see your other self, the one that waits for you to forget who you are. Then, one rainy evening, a little girl named Ngozi wandered into Adanna's life. She was 7, full of laughter and questions, a child who could not sit still for a minute. Her eyes sparkled like morning light on water. She followed Adanna everywhere, humming songs, filling the quiet house with small, beautiful noise. At first, Adanna tried to keep her distance, but the child's warmth was impossible to ignore. Ngozi brought wildflowers, drew pictures of suns and smiling faces, and asked why Adanna never looked into shiny things. Each question, each giggle, chipped gently at the silence that had lived in Adanna for years. One day, Ngozi handed her a small piece of polished metal and said, "See, Mama Adanna, it's not scary, it's just you smiling." Adanna hesitated, then looked. For the first time in years, her reflection did not frighten her, It was gentle, older, softer, and behind it, she saw the faint glow of a child's laughter. The mirror no longer held a shadow, it held peace. From that day, Adanna began to forget. The fear faded like an old scar. The mirror lost its power over her, and the night grew calm again. She told Ngozi stories by lantern light, and whenever the girl giggled, Adanna would smile, a real smile that reached her eyes. The town noticed the change too. Her laughter returned, quiet but steady, like someone who had finally come back home to herself. From that day, no one in the town looked into mirrors after dark. They said the mirror was not just glass, it was a door that never forgets who has looked inside. And if you ever stay up late enough, past midnight, you might feel the urge to glance into one. If you do, and it smiles first, look away.